Hi everyone. Today we have a very special guest with us, Miss Alicia Chakravarti ma'am, who is currently working as a scientist at Thermo Fisher Scientific. She is an SVNIT alumni and has also had experiences at IIT Bombay, as well as pursuing her master's in the US. We are really excited to hear about her journey and learn from her experiences. Thank you so much, ma'am, for joining us today. Coming to
Thank.
the very, sorry, ma'am, please continue.
No, I was just gonna say thank you guys for inviting me, and it's always good to connect with juniors and seeing all the initiative that CHES is doing. Keep up the good job.
Thank you, ma'am. Coming with the first question. Could you start by telling us a little about yourself and what a typical day looks like you for as a scientist at Thermo Fisher Scientific?
So, hello everyone. My name is Alicia Chakraborty. I graduated from SVNIT in 2019 with my bachelor's in chemical engineering. Currently, based in USA, out of Philadelphia area, and I'm working as a scientist in Thermo Fisher Scientific. So, a little bit about my role. I actually have a background in research because from the very beginning, I was interested in research work and I wanted to get into R&D. I didn't like typically see myself in a chemical engineering company like a process engineer or something like that. Instead, I was more inclined towards doing research. So I decided to pursue masters after my bachelor's was over, and I came to US and did my masters in chemical engineering with a thesis-based masters. So that gave me good experience with doing further research. And currently in my role, it's like a R&D role. I work in a pharmaceutical company, and my job is to like actually test all the drug products and drug substances in their early phase before they basically go into clinical trial and later stages. So I am helping the formulation team in choosing the right formulation and what should be chosen as a final drug product. So I would say it's an interesting work for me, and I really enjoy my work. Um, and I would be happy to answer more questions or follow up about this.
That's really insightful, ma'am. Thank you for sharing your routine. The next thing I would like to ask is what skills, techniques, or tools do you consider most essential in your work of material characterization and particle size analysis?
So I would say like whatever I do right now, it's not really related to what I studied in chemical engineering because down the line I had to develop more research skills. So I was an experimental person from the beginning of my research. So I worked in labs earlier in IIT Bombay. I also did an internship in Germany during my undergraduate years, and then when I moved to US, I also started working in labs here. So I've been an experimental person from the start. I used to work on different instruments, so I know a lot about characterization, different techniques involved. Uh, how to do the data analysis is also equally important. So those are some of the like important skills that I've learned along the way. Um, for material characterization, especially if I have to talk about its XRD, SEM, FTIR, uh, then DSC, TGA, all these analyses are very like fundamental analysis which are used in pharma companies as well as polymer companies. So if somebody is interested to like grow further in the research field, these are some skills you should learn along the way, and it would be beneficial in terms of your career later on.
That's very interesting. I think students would really benefit from knowing about these tools.
Of
The
course.
next question is you also interned at IIT Bombay working on Catalyst. Now, how was that experience different from your research work in the US?
That's an interesting question actually, because I always get this question from everybody around me as well as friends back in India, like how it's different for me in India versus US. One very important thing is like when I was working at IIT Bombay, I was more of a research assistant to a PhD student, not really having my own project, and I was assisting someone to do their job. While once I came here and I started doing my thesis based masters, I realized like everything is very independent over here. Like you have your own project, you meet with the advisor and plan out your research, you decide how you want to proceed. So you get a lot of flexibility and freedom in that way. And that kind of helps to shape your direction, like what you want to do next, how you want to approach the problem. You find out your solution as to how to move forward. So these are some things which are very different in the research atmosphere here versus what I found back in IIT Bombay. Maybe I feel like if I was at a higher graduate level in IIT Bombay, things would have been different. But as an undergraduate research assistant, I would say it's not so like hands-on back in India versus in US. You do everything on your own, so that's quite a good experience to have.
Thank you for explaining the differences, ma'am. So the next question is, can you share your experience while pursuing your MS degree? Also, what key factors should new applicants keep in mind while choosing a program and university?
So for few takeaways, I would say from like my master's degree would be like apart from even learning about my subject and research, it's also a lot about your individual growth. Something which we are not very familiar with during our undergraduate time, because I feel in India life is a little different as compared to US in general. So, other than just managing my coursework and all the university related stuff, I was also dealing with a lot of things back in my apartment, the grocery, all the day to day life chores. So, kind of like you grow a lot overall. So, for new applicants, I would say definitely, embrace the change. If you're planning to make this career transition, you would have a lot to learn, but there would also be some initial challenges which you would just be have like you have to face, but you will also overcome them. And as an international student, it sometimes becomes hard to go through the transition and like adjust to the new place. But my suggestion would be like hang in there and it would get better. Also, like for new applicants, one very important thing is like how you want to do your application. You should decide which university you want to go to beforehand. Prepare for your GRE, TOEFL exams, and get a good score, because those are important things while you're applying abroad. I know that after COVID, some of the universities don't ask for GRE anymore, but rules keep changing, so keep a track of that. Having a good SOP and recommendation letters, that's also very important. So prepare that in advance. Don't leave all those things till the last moment, because when you are applying, you need to do it for every university. So it's better to have like a final draft ready, and then you just customize it based on which university you're applying to. One more thing is which university you are choosing is also very important in terms of your financial condition, because not every university is like very expensive here. I want to point out like there are private universities which are very expensive, but there are public universities where you can apply, and those are like more reasonable in terms of your like overall expense. So if, down the line when I see like I studied in a public university in US, like University at Buffalo, and further at Penn State University, which are both like state universities, the public ones, and I didn't have to pay much fees as compared to the private ones. So definitely a very important thing to consider in terms of a financial situation. And lastly, you can always reach out to seniors. I'm there. There are many other people I know who are in US, all over Europe. So feel free to reach out and we can help you out.
Thank you, ma'am. That's really helpful advice for anyone planning higher studies. So, coming to the next question. So, looking back at your time at SVNIT, what aspects of academic environment and culture there had the biggest impact on your growth?
I have very fond memories from my time back in SVNIT. Whenever I look back, and think about the time. It feels like ages ago right now, but I'm always very fond of my time there and the friends I made, all the relationships built. So, very important thing is like all the good friendships you have at during your undergrad time that goes forward in life. It goes a long way. So stay in touch, stay connected with your peers and like seniors and juniors. It's always a good thing. uh, few skills like I would say is like when I was in CHES, it helped me develop my leadership skills, people managing ability, just talking to a lot of people, mingling with new people, talking to people who are in different fields than yours. So it's always a good thing to also like learn about that, because everybody has their own career goal, but it's important that you hear out all the career options you have and then decide what you want to do. um, Also, like in general, SNIT was a great place to just grow during your undergrad years, and it's a very good university in India. So you are already at a very good place after graduating from there. So make the most of it. Whether you choose to go for a job, whether you choose to go for higher studies, you would do well wherever you are. So yeah, and stay in touch with the faculties too. Everybody is really helpful. I feel like even now when I go back, I meet people. Like I live in Surat, that's why I also go back to the department and meet the faculties. So it's always a good thing to stay in touch with the community.
It's nice to see how strongly Esmineti shaped your journey. So my next question is, like beyond academics, how did your involvement in student clubs, leadership roles, or events, especially comprising of the AICHE, CHES, shape your skills and career journey?
I actually have like 3 wonderful years of my life with CHES. Like, I think I joined CHES when I was back in my second year, and then in my third year, I became even more involved. And finally, in my final year, I was vice president of CHES for the year 2018 to 2019. So I feel like it's been a great journey, and I feel so happy and proud to see where you all are taking the student chapter. It's very good to see how much we have come forward, because when I was there, I think we were doing Siphon 2.0, and right now we are at Siphon 10.0, I think, or 11, right? So, very long journey, and I love to see all the things you guys are doing. It's wonderful. In terms of my own experiences, like I was saying, leadership quality, people management, those are the things I learned along the way. And I feel like during my time, we were also facing some, issues in terms of getting funding for events and other like all like events and functions. But now I feel you guys are even able to overcome that, and you are very well connected to AICHE as well. So that's a good approach, because I think last year when people came to AICHE San Diego, I got to meet the team who came for ChemiCar. So lot of intellectual minds, lot of interesting stuff happening. And yeah, I mean, you would learn a lot, and whatever you do throughout your years in CHES, those will go a long way, and it will help you get connections, and it will help you learn a lot of people skills, which are very important in future.
Thank you so much, ma'am. It shows how much beyond academics shapes a career. So,
Definitely.
so coming to the next question. So, what was the most valuable course, project, or any research topic you worked on that strongly influenced your path in chemical or material sciences?
I think for me in grad school, the subjects that we had to study here are like advanced thermo, advanced reaction engineering, as well as advanced transport phenomena. So I have already learned about these courses back in SVNIT. So I feel like those were very important courses for me once I moved here. All the courses that were a part of my first and second year, I won't say they were very helpful or directly related, but whatever you study in your third year and final year are very important in terms of your future graduate studies, in terms of your job interviews. So definitely focus a lot on that. Mass transfer and heat transfer are also very important courses, major courses. So I would say those are definitely something to focus on and get your fundamentals right so that you are able to, get used to the graduate level courses if you are coming to US or in terms of your job, because that would really benefit you.
Thank you for sharing that, ma'am. So, coming to the last question. Finally, what advice would you give to students and early career professionals who aspire to build a career in research and industry roles just like you?
I think there is no perfect answer for this because everybody has their own journey and everybody would figure out their way. But my advice for people who would be interested in research is definitely like do a couple of research projects and try out and see whether you are really liking this or not. I know a lot of my classmates who were like earlier into research and then they decided to change their course, and it's completely fine. Like they went on for MBA and did a completely different thing. But you need to be like really sure about what you want to do in terms of your career. So try out a couple of research projects or internships before you commit to it fully. And if you don't like it, you should like look at other options like maybe working in the chemical industry, maybe in a non-core industry. I know a lot of companies also are hiring in the non-core domain, so there are a lot of opportunities out there. Not everybody has to be a successful chemical engineer. You can be a successful any other kind of engineer or data scientist or whatever you want to do. And if you are having any questions in research, feel free to reach out. I can also have a chat with people who are interested, like have a one-on-one chat and help you decide if this is the right path for you. And personally, I feel at this point I really like doing research and I want to go forward with it, but we don't know what life is ahead. So I would also probably change my path in a few years to something else if better opportunity comes by. So there's always room to grow and learn, and just keep moving forward and you will figure it out.
That's excellent advice, ma'am. Thank you so much for sharing it. So,
Of
thank you
course.
so much, ma'am, for sharing your journey with us. It was really inspiring to hear about your experiences and the advice you've given. I'm sure a lot of students will find it very helpful. We truly appreciate your time, and it was great talking to you.
Definitely, and same here. Thank you guys for arranging this and stay in touch. And I would be happy to connect with people who are more interested in this and have further discussions if needed.
I hope you all had fun and learned something today. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe our channel for more.